After leaving Bar Harbor, we decided to go off the beaten track, going further down east to Roque Island. It has a beautiful mile-long beach.
We're at an anchorage called Great Sand Beach. This is probably the nicest beach in Maine. First of all, it's sand, whereas almost all beaches in Maine are rock. And it's a mile long. Ashley and I had a great run, and it's so pretty. We're almost landlocked. And in the little gaps out there is the Atlantic Ocean, straight all the way to Europe.
Now it was time to explore Roque Island's surrounding waters.
There's a little waterfall up here too. Days go by, get out and see the world with your own eyes.
We gave ourselves 3 days to make it back to Rockland to pick up some guests. Mother Nature gave us 3 days of socked-in fog. We made it to Rockland. As soon as we got into the harbor and closer to land, the fog disappeared. Now we get to show beautiful Maine to my brother Tom and my sister-in-law Lori. Hurricane Island was once home to several hundred people, all working for the same company, cutting granite. It was used in projects such as the Brooklyn Bridge, the Washington Monument, and post offices, railroad stations, and courthouses in Boston, Philly, Baltimore, and more. It closed suddenly in the early 1900s. Outward Bound used the island for 40 years. Lobstermen over that night, and we had fresh lobster for dinner.
Yeah, the day you got here was warmer than it has been. Fire. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get the colder and the training is gone.
That's your calling, Lord, I just had to see her go. With a circle being broken, by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
We went hiking on Isle Ho, a not often visited corner of Acadia National Park.
But I could not bear my sorrow, Lord, when they laid her in the grave. Still a circle being broken.
After hiking, we celebrated Doug's birthday. Ashley made a really decadent chocolate cake.
In the sky, Lord, in the sky, all right. Well, I went home was lonely. Miss my mother, she is gone.
In many ways, this island reminded us of the Bahamas. Beautiful blue-green water, bright-colored tide pools, and sand.
Being broken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Bring it down with a circle. Be be unbroken. By and by, Lord, by and by, by and by.
After our lunch stop, we sailed the 3 miles to Burnt Coat Harbor on Swan Island, where we were joined by 3 windjammers for the night. Since the schooners had a manual windlass, it was all hands on deck the next morning to bring up the anchor. Today, we got to get out our spinnaker on our way to Somes Sound on Mount Desert Island. Most of what people think as Acadia National Park is on this island. Our goal was to hike the Flying Mountain Trail, which we got to by landing our dinghy on the beach.
If we take this bird in with its broken leg, we could nurse it, she said. Come inside for a little lie down with me.
After anchoring in Smith Cove, we took the dinghy into the historic and beautiful Castine, home of the Maine Maritime Academy, the ruins of the Revolutionary War era Fort George, and beautifully restored homes.
But if I kiss you, will your mouth read this truth? Darling, how I miss you. Strawberries taste how lips do, and it's not complete yet. Mustn't get off.
We made our last stop with Tom and Lori at the fun town of Belfast. Our theme in Belfast seemed to be, you never know what you will see. We saw a giant rubber duck with joy written on it, which mysteriously arrived and soon disappeared. A picnic table boat,
Take a walk out.
loons,
We could lay down
otters,
next to you. Come inside for a little homemade tea.
and a bagpiper. That was in addition to all the normal beautiful sights.
Back to sleep. I'm covered by nature, and I'm safe now underneath this oak tree with you beside me. Quick, wet boy, diving too deep for coins. All of your street wine on my plastic toys. Then when the cops closed the fair, I cut my lawn.
We're hiking in the Andrew Smith Reserve, and Doug just found a butterfly cocoon. Ooh.
Called for you everywhere. Have I found you? Flightless bird, jealous, weeping, or lost you. American mouth, big blue. Now I'm a fat house cat, nursing my sore blunt tongue, watching the warm boys and rats girl through the white fence cracks, pissing on magazine photos, those fish and rose thrown in the cold and clean blood of Christ.
This cribstone bridge, built in 1927, is the only one of its kind in the world. The unusual design was chosen due to the area's tides. Constructed with 10,000 tons of granite, the only thing holding it together is gravity. Island and rowed out to the Portland Head Light, which is believed to be the inspiration of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, The Lighthouse.
And as the evening darkens, lo, how bright! Through the deep purple of the twilight air beams forth the sudden radiance of its light, with strange unearthly splendor in the glare. Sail on, it says, sail on, ye stately ships, and with your floating bridge the ocean span. Be mine to guard this light from all eclipse, be yours to bring man nearer unto man.